I'm not poly. Child, why they thought I was poly? Where they get these things from? Never in a million years. Let me tell you something. I ain't sharing with nobody but Jesus. Hello? It's me, you, and Jesus in this thing. I ain't ever going to be polyamorous, nothing. Devil's a liar. Hello, somebody. Here's the thing. This is what happened, y'all. So, I posted up a video of me, my baby dad, and his baby mom doing a Dougie in their kitchen. And it goes viral. And people is in the chat talking about some, oh, poly, or y'all sharing the same. I'm like, oh, no. Then I had some other people in the comments talking about all of their baby dad stories and baby mama drama. And here's the thing, right? I don't want there to be like a false narrative, like I always had a healthy dynamic with my baby father, or that I didn't have baby daddy drama, or there was never, let's make this very, very clear, there was never any baby mama drama from on this side. I had baby daddy drama. I mean, arguing with him, his mother, his sister, all his chicks, all his new girl. I mean, child, I got stories for days. For real. And a lot of stuff I forgot about. I really did. And it doesn't come to my mind until, I'm talking about these things like, oh my goodness, I forgot about this girl. Oh my goodness. And I fought her. And I remember she pissed me off, right? So there was definitely some things, but I grew up in a Christian household. You know what I'm saying? And so I've always had the spirit of the Lord within me. You know what I mean? And one of the things that my mom used to stress to me while I was going through what I was going through as a teen mom was, you gotta love your enemies. You gotta love. God grew me. And I got to a place where I really understood what it meant to walk in love. Despite, like, God commanding us to love, his commandment is not based on how you feel. And one other thing I can say about my mom, she operates in a lot of biblical principles innately. Like, it's like certain things like a no-brainer to her. Like, for instance, she's really great at guarding her heart. And I have a problem with that child. I'll be in love with a nigga in 2 days. I'm your wife. I already know my size. You want to get the ring? I do not condone delusion. That is delusional. I don't condone it. And the Lord has to do with me this area because I be in love. Yo. I do. I be loving all these niggas. With the love of the Lord. I do. I love them. All right. My mom really helped me learn what biblical love is and loving your enemies despite how you feel. And I remember there was a time where the Lord was dealing with me in terms of praying for my baby father. And I did not want to pray for this man. I'm like, Lord, I know you see what I'm going through by myself. Like, all of this pain that I'm going through is almost as a result of this man. You want me to pray for him for what? I ended up being obedient. I remember I finally prayed for him. Then my baby father called me like, Inge. I'm like, what's up? He like, yo, I was walking down the street. Now, mind you, my baby father, he's such a cool nigga. Like, he really is a cool individual. Yes, he could have been a bit better father at certain times. You know what I'm saying? He's doing way better now. Praise God. You know what I'm saying? This is why y'all gotta be patient. Y'all females. Y'all, listen, you open your legs. Hello? So you gotta deal with the process of your disobedience and your consequences of your disobedience. So you made a left turn. So let God be your GPS and redirect you. Like, okay, you fell. Now get back up. You gotta be a child of God. Long story short, he called me up. Like, yo, Inge. I'm like, what's up? He was like, yo, I was walking down the street and something told me to turn around. Like, I was walking, I just kept walking and something told me to turn around. So I just finally turned around and why a tree come smacking down hard. He was like, yo, if I would have kept walking, I would have got smacked. Yo, I would have died. There was a big tree that fell. It's right here. It's all of these people. I'm like, and I had a moment with me and God. I'm like, oh my God, bro. Me and the Lord was having this battle because I didn't want to pray. The first thing that it did was brought a sense of humility to me. Like, oh my goodness, okay. And then it brought a level of understanding because now there's a level of trust that I have with the Lord. Because if I did not pray, because I'm pretty sure probably the only one praying for this man was probably my mama. But if I did not pray in that season that God needed me to pray for him, he would have died. And that would have brought another level of trauma to my life, another level of pain from this baby daddy situation, child out of wedlock situation, teen mom situation that I was already going through enough. And it wouldn't have not just brought trauma to me, it would have brought trauma to my daughter. So I'm saying all of this to say, I grew in the love of Christ. I don't want to minimize people's experiences, their toxic, abusive, manipulative experiences that they have in these co-parenting situations or teen parenting situations. I'm not doing that. Like I just want to bring a level of truth and a higher level of perspective that can really help. And I don't also want to minimize the fact that it is hard trying to develop healthy relationships with other women, from a friendship dynamic, business dynamic, romantic dynamic. And I can speak on romantic dynamic because we can listen to podcasts, we can listen to your homeboy, you can listen to your male neighbor talk about all of the toxic stuff that they experience with women. When you think about the average woman and when we think about typical female behaviors, what's the number one thing we all think about right now? They can't accept accountability or take responsibility for their wrong actions. What else they do? They deflect when it comes to being accountable. When they get held accountable, they deflect. What else? They don't listen. What else? They have a problem with submitting. What else? You can go on and on and on. And one of the things that I often think about is our community. When we think about a single parent household, we don't think about white culture. We don't think about Indian culture. We don't think about Mexican culture. We don't think about Dominicanos. We don't think about the Puerto Ricans. We don't think about Africans. We think about black culture. We think about African American culture. And who are the single parents? Women. So you have males and females that are being groomed by these toxic behaviors. Now we are having men who cannot be held accountable to their actions. We have men who are deflecting and not stepping into a leadership role and actually being accountable and responsible. We have men that don't submit. We have men because it's these toxic female traits that literally most of us in the black community are being raised by. We can talk about the single mothers and all of these toxic female, traits and how it's ruling our society and how Jezebel is at an all-time high. And by the way, y'all love Jezebel. The church, y'all love Jezebel. Y'all men, y'all love Jezebel. Y'all just eat Jezebel right on up. Y'all love it. Y'all love it. We complain about these toxic behaviors that we actually fall in love with, that we actually lie down next to all the time. And forgive us all, because we've all been seduced by Jezebel in some which way, shape, or form, right? But no longer. Let's take the blinders off and let's see things for what it is, and let's see people for who they are. Let's call that spirit and cast that spirit where it's supposed to be, and let's move forward as healthy individuals that are operating in godly confidence and godly authority. Period. This is not to condemn anyone. This is not to make anyone feel bad, but it is to bring a level of truth. And listen, I'm the grown teen mom. My name is Angela Rachel. I'm also a business and leadership coach. I'm also a singer. I'm also a minister and a teacher. I'm a lot of things. I am such a lot of things, but I am who I am by the grace of God. And I'm not the type of female that go along to get along. And this is why I don't have many female friends. And this plays right into the whole baby dad, baby mama drama, trying to be cool with the other baby mom situation. Because if you cool, you cool. If you cool, we cool. If you not, and I speak out about that, then you got a problem about the truth, that's when we have an issue. Grow up. Put your big girl panties on. Everybody love Angela for telling the truth until you got to get told the truth too. Then all of a sudden, Angela crazy. All of a sudden, y'all looking at Angela. No, I've been the same. You just got an issue with me when I got an issue with you. And I really feel bad for a lot of men because y'all have sex with that. Y'all gotta go. If you married to a woman with these toxic traits, can't accept accountability, deflect when they are being held accountable, want to overtalk you, want to manipulate the conversation, want to gaslight you, want to do all of these typical, I call it typical female stuff. Y'all, if you married, it ain't no, oh, we broke up. That's something that you gotta live with, bro. I be feeling sorry for y'all. As a female that's trying to be friends with these women, I experience it. So I can only imagine what you go through and you live with that spirit, these traits. And we all have them, right? But some of them are more potent. There's two main things that aids to the health of me and my baby father's dynamic. And not just with his baby father, but also with his baby mom and also even some of his exes. What aids to the health are two things. Number one is just God has just made me mature. I've always just been more mature. God has just granted me wisdom beyond my years. Praise the Lord for it. Number two is because I love Jesus. And I'm more committed to doing what God told me to do. And I'm more committed to being who God told me to be versus being committed to my feelings and my experiences and the things of the past. You know, we talk about the past until it's time to let the past go. We still, well, you did this and you did that. Girl, if you don't be, God told you to operate in love. Sir, God told you to operate in love. You bitter. That's get over it. Acting like a female. How are we to navigate these relationship dynamics, these toxic behaviors, right? What does that look like when it comes to moving forward? We got to deal with, you know, your baby mommy, your baby dad for the rest of your life. You got to deal with your mom. You got to deal with your uncle. You got to deal with your toxic cousin for the rest of your life. Or not. What does the Bible say about cutting people off, right? So I want to see you at the Relationship Bible Study every single Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to see you in the chat. I want your engagement. I want you to take notes. I want you to add to the conversation. I want us to really, really pinpoint and get down to what God said, okay, about leadership. What did God say about submission? These are things that we should really be talking about. So I want to see you in the chat. I want to see you in the chat. All right, y'all. Bye. I'm not Polly. I just love Jesus.